All right, we're going to show how you test batteries in a series. This little shuttle bus vehicle here has 72 volts. So we have 12 6-volt batteries in this configuration. So anytime we're working with series, we're going to be adding our battery voltages up. So those 12 batteries times 6 would give us 72 volts. So what I did is I hooked my meter up on my main negative here. So this is where we're going to start at. This is our 0 voltage point. When we test the first positive on the first battery, we get 6.18 volts, which is appropriate for our 6-volt battery. Now, this connection should be positive to negative, where we would add our voltage up. So if we tested the following positive, we still got 6 volts, but when we go across the battery, I would expect to see 12. Now we show 0. What we've done is we've added 6. Because this connection is actually backwards, it's removed 6. And this is why we're reading 0 volts over here now. And we can even go to the other batteries and see we're back to adding 6. So this battery's in the right configuration. This one's removing 6 volts over here.
So what you're saying is that because the polarity is reversed, it basically negates the addition of further voltage. It's basically subtracting it against what it should be.
Yep. So you can even just one battery, one 6-volt battery being the wrong polarity in a series connection doesn't remove 6 volts. It actually removes 12 volts.
So one thing that we noticed just on our preliminary check is all of the batteries go from positive to negative. So if you look at the connection here, this says positive, this says negative. But on these two end batteries, it's going positive to positive. That's on that bank, and also on this bank, this is positive and positive. So that right there, between all of that happening, is contributing to the bus not having any power, basically, even though the batteries are all brand new.
Yeah. So let's do this. Let's take this battery out now, flip it, and let's show the different result we get. And let's show it adding that 6 volts across all these series, and we'll slowly progress adding our voltage up through series until we can get our full 72 to power this system up. All right, I'll show you what updates we've done so far. So we've moved a few batteries around to get this bank working, and I'll describe in a minute what I'm referring to as the bank of batteries. But this series, this 6 batteries in series here, should now have the right voltage set. So let's check our work here. So we got, a minute ago, we had negative, positive, 6 volts. We also had the second battery, 12 volts. Well, now we've added a third battery, which is 18 volts. Come on the other side. Can you read that up for me?
2472.
Next.
30.93.
And next.
37.14.
Beautiful. All right, so now roughly 36 volts, which this is a 72 volt system, 12 batteries, 6-volt batteries and 12 of them, so 7-volt battery. So now we've got a 36 volt bank set up here. This bank, so the batteries are split in 2 in this vehicle. Since you can't get all 12 batteries in one area, and it doesn't make sense weight load wise to do such, well, we're going to now have to connect this bank of batteries to the front bank of batteries. So there's another set that's in the front of the vehicle. We'll also go through it and do the same thing. We'll make sure that the voltages are all set up for this. It's in series, and it's got 36. Now, whenever we hook up our 2 banks in the series, so negative to positive, and then we connect our main positive negative leads on the ends of those batteries, we'll get a total 72 volts at that point. Okay, we're gonna show you some more progress we've made on this vehicle. So now, we found out there was a whole, 3 of the 6 batteries were backwards in this bank of batteries. And again, we're trying to get our 36 volt bank set up. So we took these, flipped them around. Now we got our main negative in this bank. They're on. And we go positive, negative, all the way around to our finished positive, 37 volts. So we have 37 volts on our back bank, 37 volts on our front bank. So now we can put these together and we should get our 74 volts total. And so we'll make another video in a minute and show you how you can make sure that these are connected correctly in banks. All right, now that we have our 2 banks set up, we want to make sure we get our final connections correct. This is very important. What we don't want to do is hook up the banks wrong and they'll short out to each other. So we're going to go to our battery negative on our controller, which it needs to come over here to our battery. So testing resistance, 0 ohms. So we know for a fact this is the lead that goes to our controller. This is our main negative of the whole battery bank. There's another lead over here. It's back here. This one is going to be used to connect the 2 banks together. So we'll test the ohms on it. That one, if you'll connect that one for me. Let's see what ohms we get here. Go right to the terminal itself. Could be mine too. There we go. Here again. So now we know that cable coming off there runs down the chassis length over here to this front. So as these batteries add up, negative positives, it ends in a positive. It connects to this lead that goes up to a negative, and it should negative positive all the way around that series of banks and terminate with that one big lug for positive, which will then come back up to the control system for the vehicle. That's that. When we get that hooked up, it should give us 72 volts. All right, we came through, we made our connection. So now our banks are hooked up positive to negative on this back bank. So this is first bank, that's second bank in the back of the vehicle. I'm gonna go from main battery negative, my voltmeter, to main battery positive, the voltmeter, 74 volts. So now all 12 batteries are hooked up in series, positive to negative, giving us the cumulative voltage of 74 volts. Tire might be low because look at the track at me. Nice.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that's another fix from the Cartners, and thanks for tuning in. We're going to give you a lot more information as time goes on about how to fix, maintain, and care for your electric vehicles. So follow along. We thank you guys for tuning in.